Happy Aloha Friday, everyone, and welcome back to the CO2 Rundown. I'm your host, Chad Owens. Made it through another week. I hope it was another winning week for all of you. Look, we're heading into the weekend, so you gotta be feeling good about that. I gotta say mahalo to Long Drugs for all their continued support of the show. Let's continue to support local and making Long Drugs a part of our days. Let's dive on in to the CO2 Rundown. Wow, 50 years. The Honolulu Marathon is celebrating its 50th anniversary this Sunday, and they're expected to get back to pre-pandemic participation levels. 21,000 anticipated runners, walkers to be in this year's Honolulu Marathon. You know, this is such a great event because it just promotes health and wellness. I'm a big advocate of health and wellness. And so when you're, encouraging people to just get out and move and walk. And although it's a marathon, it's a long distance, and you have marathon runners that are trying to break their previous mark. And this is also why this is so amazing, is because it puts that challenge, that competition for an individual, and I just think that this is something so incredible. So congratulations to the committee and all that are involved in the Honolulu Marathon and celebrating 50 years. You got to be extremely proud about that. And 21,000 people. I know the streets are going to be packed, roads are going to be closed. So good luck to all of you. Hey, make sure you guys are hydrated. That's the number one thing. I know the veterans, the ones that are experienced, that do this every single year. People train every year for the Honolulu Marathon. But for those first timers, for those that are, you set a goal for yourself. Hey, this year I'm going to do the marathon. I'm going to run the Honolulu Marathon. I'm going to walk the Honolulu Marathon. Make sure you guys are fueled up properly, hydrating properly. And if this is the first time for you, don't worry about the people that are in front running, blowing past you, walking faster. Go at your pace. Because at the end of the day, once you cross that finish line, that is an unbelievable accomplishment and one that you should be proud of going in to the holidays. Aloha. Our University of Hawaii Rainbow Warrior football team is in the recruiting process right now, and they just landed a transfer, Elijah Robinson, 6'4", 250-pound defensive end. He entered the transfer portal coming out of ECU. And, he said that the ECU defense ran a three-man front, right? If you're a defensive end, a three-man front means a three-down lineman, three defensive linemen. That's not what you want to be. Unless it's a 3-4, you're an outside linebacker, edge rusher type guy, but he wants to put his hand in the dirt and come off the edge. And the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warrior defense presents that opportunity for him. So he's excited to be a Rainbow Warrior. He's excited to come and be a part of this brotherhood. He's got a teammate that actually played for Coach Timmy Chang at Nevada, and he said he's heard nothing but amazing things. And yeah, you're right, Elijah. Coach Timmy Chang is an amazing head coach. He gets it. He understands the game. Right? He played it. He understands what you as an athlete is going through. And, we are all excited about our future. So, hey, welcome to the brotherhood. We look forward to seeing you competing in the spring. 6'4", 250 coming off the edge. That's a scary sight. Can't wait. Let's go, Bows. All right, I'm heading into the NFL right now. And this story, I've got a couple stories to talk about, and they're both amazing. But I'm going to start with this one. Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, first overall pick, Cleveland Browns. He was actually sort of having a decent career in Cleveland. Some ups, some downs, but it's Cleveland, right? Unfortunately, the Cleveland Browns have had their share of struggles when it comes to finding that pivot position of quarterback. But anyway, he ends up in Carolina this year. Not really panning out. Gets waived this past Monday, basically gets cut. You get put on waivers, and there's like this window where other teams can claim you. And with the Los Angeles Rams dealing with injuries with quarterback Matthew Stafford, who's on IR, and the backup who's been playing, John Wolford, has been dealing with a neck injury, they picked up Baker Mayfield. Claimed him, arrived on Tuesday, and came in on Thursday night football last night in the second series to replace Wolford and led the Rams to a comeback win over the Raiders. I mean, if that's not a storybook ending, not that this story is ending, but how Baker Mayfield's career has gone. Coming from a former athlete myself, I've been on both sides. I've been on the side that teams want you, the side that teams feel as if you're not providing anymore. And to get to a spot and to land and have that type of, impact right away shows the resilience of Baker Mayfield, his professionalism. And I want to tell you this, man, experience goes a long way. There's nothing that Baker Mayfield hasn't seen as a quarterback. And let's also add this, right? The Los Angeles Rams, they've got some weapons. They're a good offense. Head coach Sean McVay said this, hey, this is just how we scripted it. Hey, congratulations to Baker Mayfield coming in. I'm sure he's on, cloud nine right now, just enjoying the moment. And that's one thing I'm going to take away from this as a former athlete, again, is you have to find those moments in your career that you're going to remember forever. Because one day, football is done. And all you're going to have are those moments, those incredible, impactful moments that you remember forever. And I know this is going to be one for Baker Mayfield. And I'm staying right here in the NFL, and this is the other story. Marcus Mariota, right? Atlanta Falcons quarterback, now talking about being replaced and not starting coming out the bye week. You know what? But this is not where I want to take this story. As a quarterback, being a quarterback in the NFL is probably the hardest position to play. Right? You're always being watched. You're always being critiqued. The team goes as the quarterback play goes. And the coach said, hey, it's not only the quarterback position. Everybody's being evaluated. So with that, Marcus had just became a father. Not sure if a lot of you know that, but he just became a father. And this is bigger than football. That's what I'm focusing on right now. Marcus, his whole mindset, his whole life just changed. And I know he understands that. The moment my son came into this world, I realized, wow, like this is what it's about. This is the why. This is the focus. And I know Marcus's mindset, although he's still going to be preparing to be a starting quarterback, that's not going to change. But his reason, his why, perspective, he's a father. He's got a family. He's got an ohana. And to me, that's what's extremely special. So in this moment where it goes from seeming like it's a complete negative, oh, he's not going to be the starter anymore. But he's still one play away, something to be right back in there. So he's got to continue to prepare. But this life, being a father, there's nothing like it. So Marcus, I just want to congratulate you and your beautiful family. Welcome to being a father. It is the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I know it's probably the same feeling for you, especially right into the holidays. What a blessing. Aloha. And that is it for today's show. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in with me on this beautiful Aloha Friday afternoon. Make sure you guys go take a look at today's Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Catch up on all the sports news that we have in there. Our writers do an amazing job of putting out just great articles on players, athletes, all of our University of Hawaii Rainbows Warrior sports. So I want you guys to go take a look at that. We got the weekend coming up, so I want to tell you, relax, reset, recover, and get your mind right and ready to roll for another winning week next week. Mahalo again to Long's Drugs for all of your support of the show. Let's continue to support local and making Long's Drugs a part of our days. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'll see you all come Monday. Aloha.